Hello and welcome back to This Is Your Life. I am Queen Von Shay Tarot, and today I will be doing a reading on Megan Thee Stallion. It is approximately 4:05 a.m. and it is June 6, 2025. Let's jump right into it. Megan Thee Stallion is an Aquarius, so let's get started with these cards. So the first question I want to ask is, what does Spirit want Megan Thee Stallion to know regarding July 12th, 2020? All right, these cards have been pre-shuffled already with Megan Thee Stallion in mind. During the pre-shuffle, two cards jumped out. One was tarot and the other one was slide. And at the bottom of the deck, it was remote control. All right, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck now. It talks about compass, and it says feeling lost, doubting goals, wishing for overnight success, empty promises of change through confused. Whoa, that is crazy. Okay, these are the spiritual symbol oracle cards here. Let's see. Ring, conflict within a relationship, listen to others more, need clarity, material wealth over relationship. Well, damn. What does Spirit want Megan to know, Megan Thee Stallion to know, regarding July 12th, 2020? Mm. Feeling controlled by others, stirring the pot, illusions, selfish, manipulative, loss of power. Well, damn. I'm sorry. It's too early to be cussing. Okay, here we go. And three cards, please, creator. What would you like Megan Thee Stallion to know regarding July 12th, 2020? And three cards, please. One, two, three. Ain't that about a bitch? Look, at the bottom of the deck, we have tarot card. Tarot card says, getting too involved with others, nosy, unfulfilled in life choices, fear of unknown feelings, disconnect, worrying about the future. Wow. Now, let's see what these cards are. All right, so we got unwavering, and it says, stand firm in your beliefs. Your steadfast spirit guides you through uncertainty. It says, inventor, inflated ego, does not complete projects, works quickly and makes mistakes, impatient, becomes bored with mundane tasks in isolation. Damn. Then we have clock, and it says indecision in making choices, impulsive, difficult times ahead, delays due to hardships and struggles. Well, I don't have anything to say. I just read the cards. Lord have mercy. All right. Let's jump right into it. Next question. Number 2. Was Megan Thee Stallion born a male? Was Megan Thee Stallion born a male? Creator of the universe. Was Megan Thee Stallion born a male? Bad health is at the bottom of the deck, followed by courtship, creator of the universe. Was Megan Thee Stallion born a male? And 3 cards, please, creator. Was Megan Thee Stallion born a male? And 3 cards, please, creator. Was Megan Thee Stallion born a male? Shit. I'm not even going to show y'all what that says. I need it to pop out. Is Megan Thee Stallion born a male? 2 more cards, please. I don't even know. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. I mean, I don't care what the situation is. I have no opinion, no nothing. It's just, I don't even understand why you do this to me, creator. I'm sorry, y'all. We have journey, followed by change, followed by thoughts, whew, followed by official person. I don't have anything else to say. I'm just going to leave it right there, and I'm just going to keep on moving, okay? Got to keep moving. Got to keep trucking. I ain't got nothing to say. I just read the cards. No personal opinion whatsoever. All right, next question. All right. When it comes to July 12th, regarding the aftermath of the shooting, mentally, how does Megan Thee Stallion feel? And then I want to know the same question, and how does Megan Thee Stallion feel emotionally? So I'm going to want like anywhere from 2 to 4 cards, 2 for each feeling regarding the mentally aspect of it, and then 2 for the emotional aspect of it. So we're just going to bust them both down into 2 questions, but with this deck. All right. So when it comes to July 12th, 2020, regarding the aftermath of the shooting, mentally, how did Megan Thee Stallion feel? At the bottom of the deck, we got number 3, and it talks about grounding. Grounding, okay? Cut the deck. And it talks about liberation. Grounding and liberation. All right? Mentally, on July 12th, regarding the aftermath. 2 cards, please. How did she feel mentally? Alignment. Celestial alignment was at the bottom of the deck. 2 cards, please. 1 more card for how she felt mentally. Okay, I'm going to shuffle. Emotionally, when it comes to the aftermath regarding the shooting on July 12th, 2020, emotionally, how did Megan Thee Stallion feel, creator? Emotionally, how did she feel? Season, it's at the bottom of the deck. Resistance. Emotionally, how did... One more card. What number 2 wanted to come out, but it didn't. 1 more card. Emotionally, how did... Oh, shit. All right. So at the bottom of the deck, we got number 1, and it talks about seasons again. All right. So when I said mentally, the aftermath, how did she feel regarding the shooting, the aftermath? And we have number 23, and it talks about rage. This one, I don't know if I should look at this one right now, but because it's face down. Emotionally, it talks about worthiness. So after it was done and over with, the aftermath, worthiness is how she felt emotionally. And scarcity is how she felt emotionally, according to these cards. So let's, where's, oh shit, here you go. Let's look up worthiness regarding her, because we know what rage is. You know what I'm saying? How she felt mentally. We know what rage is, so I don't feel we have to actually look that up, right? So mentally she felt rage, you know. Now, worthiness, right here. Okay, so number 14, and it talks about worthiness. And it says, stop shrinking and playing small. Stand tall like the majestic sycamore tree. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfections. Okay? So, emotionally, I guess she didn't feel worthy, okay? It talks about stop hiding, shrieking, and playing small. Stand tall like the majestic sycamore. I thought it was the sycamore tree. You are mighty. Life does not need to be perfect for you to embrace your own perfection, okay? So then we have scarcity. Number 21. Right here. So this talks about shadow of scarcity. And this is interesting because she is an air sign. All right. She's a Aquarius. And it talks about you have so much more than you realize. You have access to unlimited joy, love, good times, and pleasure, and prosperity. Be grateful for your riches, okay? So it's like emotionally, she felt like she wasn't worthy, with worthiness being right here. You know, why she didn't feel worthy with scarcity being here, why she didn't feel as if, you know, you have joy, you have love, you have good times, you have pleasure and prosperity, be grateful for your riches. Why she felt that way emotionally, I don't know. And as I stated, she is a air sign, okay? This is the temple of shadows, all right? Now, let's look at this card. Let's look at seasons, because I don't know if I ever got seasons for nobody. I mean, we know what seasons mean, but wow, that's why I had to look at it. This is another air sign, and it says, you have entered a new cycle that is very, oh, how the hell does that happen? Okay, hold on, I'm sorry. You have entered a new cycle that is very old. Allow yourself to become present. Trust in the divine timing. Don't be such in a hurry. There are no shortcuts here. That's interesting. This is more air, and she is an air sign. She's an Aquarius. This is the Temple of Threshold Guardians, okay? So, let's read this one that I don't know what it is. Naked, number 30. Okay, this is water element right here. And it talks about hide no more. The emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. Okay? So, this is funny. Uh, this could be looked at on so many different levels. Hide no more. Your emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. So remember, this part up here was the mental part, you know, when I talked about how she felt, you know, the aftermath. And it talks about emotional nakedness you avoid is your superpower, not your shame. So I'm just going to leave it right there. Chime in on what you may feel this could be saying, you know. Yeah. I mean, I could come up with a couple different things, but I'm not, because I really don't care. This was requested, so I'm just doing what was asked, okay? Here we go. Now, let's see what the tarot has to say. And stay tuned. I will be doing Tory Lanez shortly after. That's why this is so short and quick, because I will be doing Tory Lanez right after I get done with her. So let's see what the tarot has to say about all of this. What's the next question here? Okay. So the next question is, does Megan Thee Stallion know who truly shot her? All right. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Emperor, and it talks about protection, authority, stability, discipline, and father figure. Now, it's a little interesting that this card pops up, because I know that the person that was supposed to shot her is Tory Lanez. I just said his name a minute ago. But I also know that he's a fire sign. And this is the Emperor. And this represents, you know what I'm saying, Aries and Gemini. And it's kind of interesting to me because she is a air sign. Although she's not Gemini, she is an air sign. And although he is not a Leo, Aries is still a fire sign. So this is a little interesting that this would pop up at the bottom of the deck. I guess this is at the bottom of the pre-shuffle. So once again, does Megan Thee Stallion know who truly shot her? Let's cut the deck. We have the Ace of Swords, and it talks about clarity, breakthrough, truth, authority, and new beginnings. All right. And we have the Ace of Swords. You know, shit, we got fire right here, and we got air, and then we have air right here as well. All of the elements: Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So yeah. Creator, does Megan Thee Stallion know who truly shot her? And 3 cards, please. Creator, does Megan Thee Stallion know who truly shot her? At the bottom of the deck, we have the 8 of Swords, and it's more Gemini energy right here, still air, and it's feeling trapped, hopeless, imprisonment, paralyzed, and fear. Followed by the 10 of Swords, backstabbing, failure, exhaustion, goodbyes, and severing ties. This is more Gemini energy. This is more air. She is a air sign. That card popped up. As it did, we have the Magician, followed by the 4 of Wands. So once again, we have more air and we have fire, okay? He is a Leo. She is a air sign, fire here, and air right here. Home, celebration, reunion, stability, belonging, all right? 2 more cards, please, Creator. Does Megan Thee Stallion know who shot her? It didn't pop all the way out, but as you can see, we have the devil and we have death. So we have the devil up here and we have death. And then once again, we still had this 10 of Swords right here. But it didn't pop all the way out. I would like for it to pop out, Creator. Thank you. Can I get one more card? Does Megan Thee Stallion know who shot her? Does Megan Thee Stallion know who truly shot her? One more card, please. Ooh, shit. Okay. We have this card. I'm assuming this is the correct card. And this is what we have at the bottom of the deck. All right, so I asked if she knew who truly shot her. So this is the cards that we have right here. Sorry about the, I got a new setup and obviously it's a little shaky. But nevertheless, we have soothing, disloyal, shallow, and manipulative. So, next to the Queen of Wands, and it talks about confident, passion, determined, and self-assured. Now, this is a little crazy to me because we have 2 queens right here. We have the Queen of Cups and we have the Queen of Wands. But the Queen of Cups is in the reverse and the Queen of Wands is in the correct position. But at the bottom of the deck, we also have the King of Swords followed by this card again. Okay, which is the 8 of Swords. Remember earlier, feeling trapped, hopelessness, imprisonment, paralyzing fear. Now, it's a little interesting because we have this 9 of Wands when I just pulled this card. And it talks about guarded, challenges, persistent, fatigue, resilience, and stamina. 9 of Wands. And like I said, Tory Lanez is a fire sign. We're talking about, does she know who truly shot her? Followed by the Magician, which is what we had when I split the deck. Remember, okay? So, that's all I have to say about that. Let's see what this card has to say that we cannot see. So, does she know who shot her? Hell, it's crazy because we have the Queen of Wands right here. So I'm guessing that this person, when it comes to their emotions, this is how they show up, right? Regarding whomever shot her or whatever the case may be. But it's crazy because this is the Queen of Wands and this is like a female. So as far as I know, it's Tory is a male, unless I need to do some digging on him. No, I'm just kidding. But let's just turn this over and see what this one has to say. Interesting. We have the 3 of Wands, and it talks about confidence, progress, expansion, growth, and looking ahead. This is more fire energy. So we have the 3 of Wands right here, which is fire. And on the outside, we have the Queen of Wands, which is more fire right here. And this emotional situation right here in the middle. So we do have a man and we do have a woman on the outside. So who is this motherfucker in the inside? Who is this smothering, disloyal, shadow, manipulative person? Is it this person right here? Okay. Say, for instance, if it was, right? And I took this right here, which is at the bottom of the deck, and put it right here. We still get back to the 8 of Swords, which is how Megan was feeling according to the tarot. I have no personal opinion, don't give a fuck. But if I did it this way, right? Just think about it. If I did it this way, we talk about the 3 of Wands, a confident person, growth, expansion, and looking ahead. The King of Swords, intelligent structure, head over heart, morals detached. Followed by this energy of this queen over here, smothering, disloyal, shadow, manipulative. Queen of Wands, confident, passionate, determined, social, self-assured. All right. And split this in the middle. Feeling trapped, hopelessness, imprisonment, and paralyzed. Paralyzing fear. I'm going to ask for one more card. Can I get one more card for clarification? This card came out sideways. All right. So it came out this way. So if it came out this way, more than likely, I'm figuring it would turn this way. Okay. So I have the clarity card, and it talks about awareness, depression, interest, and acceptance. Right. So this card is right up under here. Water element, more emotion. So it's shit. It's crazy to kind of break this down as to do she know who shot her. With clarity and awareness here, depression and acceptance. I feel like she do know who truly shot her. But it's hard for me to, with the way that these cards are looking, it's hard for me personally to say that yes, it was Tory Lanez. It's just a little hard for me to make that decision. Okay, as I said, anyone feel free to chime in and say what your thoughts is, regarding this. I would love to hear it. But this is what I have right here. Try to see so y'all can see them. All right. What's at the bottom of the deck? Look at that. I didn't even see that. At the bottom of the deck. Yeah. Look at that. Ain't that some shit? You see the way that I put these cards, I set these cards up like this? And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Two of Pentacles. Resourcefulness, flexibility, balancing, and adaptation. Look at that. Yeah. Because that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to like balance this shit out. Like, if you do this like this, it's almost like a balancing scale. If you pull it down like this, if you have an imagination. But, yeah. Something needs to be balanced out here. This is at the bottom of the deck. I'll leave that pot right there. And what else question did we have? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Let's move this over here. Nah, I'm going to move it this way. To the side. So I can make room. All right, here we go. We almost done. So the next question is, when Tory Lanez, I said Terry, when Tory Lanez was convicted and sentenced to 10 years back in August of 23, how did Megan Thee Stallion feel deep down inside, creator? Once again, when Tory Lanez was convicted and sentenced to 10 years back in August of 23, how did Megan Thee Stallion feel deep down inside? I'm going to shuffle. Deep down inside. Shit. I didn't get to cut it, but it wasn't my fault. Then we have the Two of Cups, which is crazy. True love, mutual respect, connection, and union. Fuck. Two more cards. When Tory Lanez was convicted and sentenced to 2 years, how did Megan Thee Stallion feel deep down inside? This is crazy. Now, I asked how did she feel, right? We have the 10 of Wands, which is basically, for me, is just confirming the 10 years. But it also talks about burnouts, right? And then we have the 10 of Cups, right? So we have the 10 of Wands. Then we have the 10 of Cups, right? Which we know this is good. We know this is bad. So it's crazy to me because once again, we have the we have another two of something, right? First, it was the Two of Pentacles with balancing. Now we have the Two of Swords right here. And the Two of Swords talks about stalemate, truce, painful choices, denial, blindness, and avoidance. See? So, you know, this card right here is like painful choices, denial, avoidance. Like, hey, either, you know, either you burnt out about, you know what I'm saying, how you feel this person getting these 10 years, or, you know, you're happy. It's one of the two. You can't have two different emotions when it comes to a situation like that. But see, we have this Two of Swords. And I know this is definitely her energy because she's an Aquarius. And we have Aquarius here, right? This is the star. I know we're still talking about him because this is the Ten of Wands. This is fire. He is a fire sign. Here we go again, right? And then we have changes in cycles, the Wheel of Fortune. You know what I'm saying? And this is kind of interesting because look, with the Two of Swords, I'm like, you need to make a choice when it comes to how do you feel about this situation. But with the Wheel of Fortune, sometimes you up and sometimes you down. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to leave it right there. If you want to know what's after that, it's the Ace of Pentacles. Oh, my fucking stomach hurt. All right. All right. So that's that. Okay. And last but not least, the last question, number 7. Was Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion in a sexual relationship at any point in time? Where's the cards at? All right, here we go. All right, I want to use the Island Time Wellness cards to ask this question. Creator, was Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion in a sexual relationship at any point in time? At the bottom of the deck, we have soulmates, which is crazy because remember that damn Two of Cups came up and I'm like, what the hell is that all about? So at the bottom of the deck, we have soulmates, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. Okay? Let's pick the deck. And then we have the Sword of Roses, clarity, truth, revelation, solitary, force, honor, protection, and power. And that's the... Creator, was Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion ever in a sexual relationship at any point in time? Karmic relationship, feelings, fleeting, triggers, turmoil, resentments, lessons, letting go, and loving you. Is at the bottom. 3 cards, please, Creator. Was Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion ever in any sexual type of relationship at any point in time? We have I like you. Someone likes you. Romance is blooming. Fun. Flirt. Want to date. Interesting. Damn. Yo. Yo. This is crazy. Okay. Fuck a duck. I'm not gonna take these cards because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, shit, maybe I should. It just felt like a lot. But one card also fell on the floor. Please pardon my disposition. But, you know. Okay. Sorry. But, here we go. Ugh. Fuck. We got these 6 cards. I couldn't see them. But this one is on the floor. It fell on the floor and it's in the reverse. So I'm going to put it up here. I'm not going to touch it yet. Oh, shit. Here go 1, 2. Whoa. All right. Well, this is the only one that didn't fall on the floor. So let's talk about it. It talks about, well, first of all, let's talk about it. It says stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Okay? Now, that's what I have right there. Now, let's see about these goddamn 6 cards that fell on the floor. Okay, so this would likely be number 1. Mask. Not showing true feelings. Hide. Pretend. Gaslighting. Heart with a key. Welcoming love. Meeting the one. Open your heart. Getting together. Perfect. All right? Boat. Receiving what you need. Progress. Arriving. Moving on. Closure. Engagement ring. Partnership. Commitment. Eternity. Completion. Union. The chaser. Chaser in a codependent relationship. Fear of abandonment issues. And heartbroken. Deeply hurt. Sad. Separation. Breakup. Feeling lost. Grieving. Mourning. Okay. And then we have photograph at the bottom of the deck. And it talks about looking at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, make new memories. Now, this is some crazy shit right here. Because what I will say is, like I said, I don't really be knowing shit too much. Anybody can request a reading, and I'll do the best that I can to kind of determine what the cards are trying to say. But I don't be knowing shit about this shit. But if I had to make an opinion, if they wasn't fucking, they wanted to, but they was afraid for one reason or another. You know, shit. It almost felt like they were some type of soulmates, because we had soulmates come in, you know. Some soulmates are good soulmates. Some soulmates are karmic. They're here to teach you a lesson. And it damn sure look like, you know, I was going to say make a side joke, but I'm not going to do that. But, like I said, if they wasn't fucking, they damn sure seemed like they wanted to. Okay? Not showing true feelings. Heart with a key. Receiving what you want, moving on, closure issues, but engagement ring. The chaser, heartbroken, like, you know. But then at the top of the pyramid, we got stabbed in the back, you know. Now this card is the one that fell on the floor, and it's in the reverse. Let's see what it has to say. Palm trees, ain't that about a bitch? I guess so. I guess it would be in the reverse, but let's see what it says in the correct position. Stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, and flexibility. None of that was going on. None of that. There was no stability. You know what I'm saying? Because there was no palm trees. There was no growth. There was no flexibility. There was no security in the relationship. Why? I don't know why, but there we seen the Two of Pentacles. There needed to be some type of adaptation. There needed to be some type of flexibility, but there was not. What's up under here? Keys on the ring. Many options, decisions, unconventional. String along, one night motherfucking stand. Let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about it. I'm not even finna. I'm done. I'm done. I ain't giving this no more than an hour. So, with that being said, this has been the Megan Thee Stallion reading. Please feel free to chime in with whatever it is that you have to say, whether it's good or bad. You know, I really don't care, but it is what it is. And as I said, I'm going to get ready and do Tory Lane. And remember, anybody can request a reading. They're always free. You can also email me and request a free private personal reading where I'll do your reading just like this. And I will send you a personal link that only you have access to. It is always free. With that being said, I am Queen Von Shay Tarot, you guys. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And I'm out. And thank you.